everyone, it's me, Toni Hohenperm, the singing diva of Long Island and nail polish enthusiast. I'm bringing you a very special video today. This is my swatch and review of the Polished Joy collection, which is a collaboration between Tyler's Trinkets and Aculednails. If you're unfamiliar with Tyler's Trinkets, they are an indie nail polish brand, and Aculednails, also known as Jeremy, is a nail art influencer. You can find him on Instagram, and don't worry, everybody's information is going to be listed down below. But Jeremy is also one of the moderators of the Rainbow Collection collab. That's a monthly collab on Instagram, and I've only recently joined it and done a couple collabs with them, and it's a lot of fun. You get assigned a color and you have to create a manicure, and so far I've done it. Actually, I've done one that was published, and I actually used the Tyler's Trinkets polish for that. The first color I got assigned was yellow, and now just recently I was assigned aqua, and I did the manicure, and it's going to be going out for everyone to see very, very soon. And I'm really enjoyed doing it, and I can't wait for the next one. So now, if you're wondering what the Polished Joy collection collab is, I'm going to read. I'm assuming Jeremy wrote this. It's on the Tyler's Trinkets website, and it says, "Joy was always the point. Polished Joy is a 5-piece collection designed by Jeremy, aka Aculednails. It's a love letter to the nail community and the hobby that brought us together. From the solitude of late-night manis, the pride of bold self-expressions, and the chaos of a collab group chat. Each shade is a reminder that joy was always the point. And it's why you fell in love with painting your nails in the first place." Very true, very true. I do want to point out, I purchased this collection with my own funds. It was not sent to me in PR. However, if you would like to purchase any of the polishes or the entire collection, you can always use my code Toni10, I'm going to put it right here, on the Tyler's Trinkets website, and that gets you 10% off any of your purchases. That is an affiliated code. I do make a commission when you use that. Just want to be very upfront. Okay, so I've gotten all of that out of the way. Let's get to the interesting stuff, and let's see those polishes from the Polished Joy collection. First up is Blue with a Fart of Green.
Blue with a Fart of Green is a cerulean blue creme polish with a quick dry base. Notice I called it a creme. If you call it a creme, that means you're extra fancy. This also happens to be Jeremy's favorite color. Now, I did find this to be a little bit patchy in the first coat, but I think that was more from my application. You know, I'm trying to apply the polish with a camera and a ring light in between me, so it was probably from that. The color is very vibrant, and it did build up to full opacity in the second coat, and to me it seemed to dry down to what I would call a satin finish. All in all, I found this to be very smooth and very level, and it looked nice for a creme polish. I just applied 2 coats of Blue with a Fart of Green on the thumbnail, and this is how it looks. However, I am not one to just wear a creme without anything else on it. It's just not me. So here I applied the Rainbow Connection on top of the thumb, and I loved how this looked. So no complaints whatsoever. So on the rest of my hand, I decided I was going to have some fun, and I was going to put a few different Tyler's Trinkets polishes on top of Blue with a Fart of Green. And what we have here is on my index finger is Fallen Leaves 2.0. On the middle finger, I put a coat of The Fish Flies at Night. Ring finger has, from this same collection, Not a Phase, a Formula. And on the pinky, I put Star on Top. So I have to say, overall, I really loved how Blue with a Fart of Green worked as a base polish for different toppers. It's absolutely something that I would do again. As I'm looking at the footage while I'm recording this, I'm trying to decide what I liked more. And I do really like the index finger with Fallen Leaves 2.0 and The Fish Flies at Night. Those are probably my favorite toppers on top of this. The other two are really nice too. I'm leaning more towards those two, but they all look really good. I don't have any complaints.
Next is the Rainbow Connection.
Here is the Rainbow Connection. It is a mix of 9 hex glitters in 3 sizes, finished with a touch of silver hollow for the ultimate rainbow effect. This was created in honor of the colorful Instagram collab created by Jeremy, Murdo, and Rosie with the same namesake. This topper brings it all together, and I actually am a participant in the Rainbow Connection collab, and I am really enjoying being a part of that. This was just so packed full of multicolored glitter. It really is the perfectly named polish. The base is clear, so the glitter really pops. And honestly, I think you could wear this in one coat if you wanted, or maybe a blurring base coat. But I think you could wear it in one coat. I actually was surprised that I liked how that looked. But of course, me being me, I decided I was going to build this up and do 3 coats on the thumbnail just to see how it looks. And of course, being this kind of glitter, I highly recommend peel off base coat, probably even a glitter grabber and a quick dry top coat. Fun fact, I use a homemade peel off base coat. If you go check out Linry's page, she has a recipe for creating your own peel off base coat. And here is the thumb with 3 coats of the Rainbow Connection. And it's really fun. It's just so fun and so colorful. I really loved how it looked, even just on its own, without anything underneath. On the rest of my hand, I decided to use the Rainbow Connection as a glitter topper on 4 different Tyler's Trinkets polishes. Let's see, on my pinky is Heart's Desire. That's a red flaky. On the ring finger, I have Group Chat Glow from this collection, which is the purple polish. Middle finger is Huntrix Don't Miss. That's a black purple magnetic polish in the velvet style. And on the index is Tyler's Trinkets and Nail Daddy's Ghost Town. I thought it would be interesting to see it on a sort of a white Crelly. And here are some more full hand shots, and I really enjoyed how it looked on all the different colors. You can't go wrong. You can put it on anything. And as I said, even if you wanted to just build it up in 3 coats, and if you don't like it on a bare nail, do a blurring base coat. But definitely save yourself some trouble. Peely base, glitter grabber, quick dry top coat, do all those things, and you will have a much happier nail polish experience. And if you're wondering, if you go back, I put Rainbow Connection on top of Blue with a Fart of Green, so that's how it looks on top of that. So I already showed that to you. But beautiful, beautiful topper. I can't wait to wear this in a full mani again for Pride season. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Next we have Group Chat Glow.
This is described as a periwinkle crelly that's packed with shifting flakes and shimmers. This polish is a love letter to the friendships built one mani and message at a time. I found that in the first coat, it was sheer, but very, very sparkly. And I do know if you want a polish to be sparkly, you can't have a very opaque base because it's going to kill the sparkle. So I don't get upset. I don't worry when I see that a polish like this is sheer on the first coat, especially when you have so much sparkle embedded in the polish. I did feel that on my thumb, it still was a little bit sheer. There was just a hint of visible nail line in that second coat. So I went in for a third coat on the thumbnail. And you can see here, it looks beautiful. It's so shiny. I love those iridescent flakies that are embedded in the polish. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And here it is on the full hand. And I did find this formula to be a little bit on the thirsty side. So I would definitely recommend a glitter grabber and a quick dry glossy top coat. I'm kind of regretting that I did not try this with a matte top coat too, because I think that would look really beautiful. This finish with a matte top coat, I think that it would look like a really beautiful stone on the nails. And here are some more full hand shots for you. I ended up wearing this on both hands because I had something I had to do, and sometimes I don't want to be out in the wild with two different polishes on the hands. I feel like I'm wearing odd socks if I do that sometimes. Does anyone else ever feel like that? You don't want to go out with like one polish on one hand and another different polish on the other because you're worried people are going to think you're crazy. I mean, they already think I'm crazy. I shouldn't worry about that. But I did wear it on both hands and loved how it looked. Such a beautiful, beautiful polish. Tyler and Jeremy did a great job with this one.
Next is Not a Phase of Formula.
This is described as a bold mix of silver pigments and shreds with square hollow glitters. This is your disco ball moment because self-expression isn't a phase, it's a formula. So wear it loud and mean it. The first coat of this was unbelievably sparkly. I just could not believe the sparkle on this polish. Really, it takes your breath away. I did decide that I was going to build this up, and here I'm applying the second coat on the nail, and I was sort of torn. Could I have just left it at 2 coats? I think I could have, but I did decide to go in for that third coat on the thumbnail and just to build it up to the fullest opacity that I wanted. Now, I did notice something. When I put my glitter grabber on top of this, and I used my Doom Loop polish glitter grabber, it seemed to dull the shine a little. So I don't know if that was the glitter grabber, or if it's that this formula doesn't like glitter grabber. I'm not sure. I didn't get a chance to test that out. So because of that, I decided on the rest of my fingernails. I just did 2 coats of Tyler's Quick Dry Top Coat, and there was no dulling. So, as I said, I don't know if it was the glitter grabber that did it, or that this polish does not like glitter grabber. I didn't test that out, but I did find that 2 coats of Tyler's Quick Dry Top Coat smoothed it out, and it was perfectly fine. And what I actually did on the rest of my hand is I decided I wanted to try out the, sort of experiment with the opacity of this polish. So the pinky is just 1 coat, ring finger is 2 coats, and middle finger is 3 coats, and index finger is a silver drugstore polish and 1 coat of Not a Phase, a formula. And I don't know. I don't see much difference between 2 coats and 3 coats, and the silver drugstore polish with the 1 coat. It's slightly less opaque with just 1 coat, so you might not want to go that route. But it looks beautiful. And also, if you liked Mooncat's Star Destroyer, which I don't think you can get anymore, this would be a great substitute for that. Although this is a little more silver and Star Destroyer is slightly gold.
And last but certainly not least, Late Night Manny.
This is a deep, shimmery indigo base with warm gold magnetic pigment and sparks of gold microflakes. While the nail community is fabulous and polish is visible and loud, at the end of the day, painting your nails is a meditative act of solitude just for you. I also wanted to take a moment here and mention that $1 from every bottle sold for the life of this collection will be donated to Rainbow Railroad. That's a global not-for-profit based in the US and Canada that helps at-risk LGBTQIA+ individuals get to safety around the world. I found this to be very opaque in just the first coat. I mean, it's almost a 1-coater. A gorgeous blurple kind of base with that beautiful gold magnetic effect. Stunning. I did end up doing 2 coats just to make sure that I had full opacity on the nail. And this, of course, is with the little wand magnet underneath the thumb, because that's the best way to try to show the magnetic effect when you're filming and trying to apply the polish at the same time. I messed up a little bit on the left side of the thumbnail with my application. You know the drill. You're trying to film and you're trying to apply nail polish at the same time. So mistakes will happen. But the polish itself, stunning. Just stunning. So I did a few different magnetic effect techniques on the rest of the hand. On the pinky is a stripe magnet, so it makes a few different lines. Ring finger was the bead effect. Spoiler, that was my favorite. Middle finger is velvet effect with the horseshoe magnet. And on the index, at first I tried to do the horseshoe magnet with the neodymium magnet. But for some reason, it just did not look right. I think that effect works better on a longer nail. So I took that off and I just did the cat eye effect with the neodymium bar magnet. And here we have the hand while I'm not holding the nail polish bottle. And as I said before, the bead effect was probably my favorite effect with this polish. I just really loved how the magnetization of the reflect pulled away from the that blurple base. Not that I don't like the other effects. It's just something about the bead effect with this polish. It just really struck me, and yeah. So that effect was my favorite. I also noticed that the gold reflect, it could also look coppery, and in low light I noticed it almost looked a little greenish, and I don't have footage of it, but I had this out in direct sunlight, and the reflect was like an electric blue. I don't have words. It was just gorgeous. This is just such a beautiful magnetic polish, and it's stunning, just stunning.
And there you have it. That was the Polished Joy Collection collab from Tyler's Trinkets and Aculednails. What did you think about it? I have to say that I really enjoyed all of the polishes in this collection. I'm actually wearing Late Night Manny on my left hand, and I even have Group Chat Glow on the right. If there's any details that I forgot about this collection, about Tyler's Trinkets, about Jeremy, aka Aculednails, I'm just going to put all that down below in the description box. What can I tell you? Once I put the wig and the lashes on, I can't remember anything. You know, I'm lucky if I remember to get to the gig and I remember all the words to my songs. Okay, so give me a break. Oh, I do have to mention, when I posted on Instagram that I had gotten this collection, and Jeremy had commented that he couldn't wait to see what wig I was going to wear to complement the collection. So, Jeremy, what do we think of my rainbow pride hair for this collection? I think it's very apropos. I hope you enjoy it as well. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button down below. As long as you're liking it, you might as well subscribe. I mean, how can you live without me? I tell that to my husband every day. Please make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. It's all down below in the description box. You know the drill. You know the drill. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye-bye.